Welcome to the introduction video for our Cup of Cold Water Ministries short-term mission trip to Bolivia. Hopefully we can answer some of your introductory questions here and take it from there afterwards. This trip occurs on March 1st to March 13th, 2024, and we are planning to travel the Mamare River in a boat where we will be taking medical care as well as the gospel to the river people who live in the little villages along the Amazon tributaries. Let me introduce you to our team, our home team. Christy Vivar, she will be our team lead. Christy is the CCWM short-term mission trip coordinator. She is also a CCWM missionary and a nurse. She has a big heart to introduce missions to people that are interested in short-term trips. She really believes in what short-term trips can do to help solidify the sender or the goer in people and to inspire them to see how God can use them. So she's a wonderful leader. Very excited to introduce you to Christy. Jenny Thompson will serve as our team care on this trip. Jenny is our CCWM Missions Development Director, and she is our Next Gen Program Director and a counselor. And Jenny will really be serving to help people that are on this trip as far as their spiritual and emotional health go, and to really work with you as a team. And then there's myself, Sherry Tverdick. My role in this trip is to serve as your fundraising donor connect. I will help you to raise those funds and to keep track of your donors and really teach you and train you on how you can do that. I am also the CCWM Executive Director, and I'm a former missionary in Mongolia, a big heart and a passion for missions. And I've seen teams done both ways, both good and bad. And I'm very proud and excited of our Cup of Cold Water ministry team as we have learned from our mistakes and moving forward in taking teams to our missionaries. So why did we choose Bolivia? We believe that both the field team and the villages are requesting our help, and that is really important. We truly believe that short-term trips should be done where they are needed and where they are requested. We don't impose ourselves on our missionaries, but we look for those invitations so that we can come alongside and be a support to our missionaries. And in prayer, this has been confirmed. Some of you might be aware that we had originally planned this trip to be happening in December 2023, but as a team, we really felt the Lord closing those doors. And that is truly how we do things around here, is we confirm things in prayer and we move through prayer. We also believe that this trip is a development opportunity for you and for us as well. And the reason for that is we have a solid field team with years of experience inside of Bolivia. And so taking people to Bolivia, we know that it will be a great learning experience for the people that are coming. And we can learn from both our missionaries as well as the Bolivian team and the river people that we are going to serve. It is a rich soil for harvest. So all of that adds up to why we chose Bolivia. Let me introduce you now to our field team, missionaries Phil Kittleson and Mauricio Meneses. So Phil Kittleson was really born and raised in Bolivia. He is a second-generation missionary, and he has such a heart for Bolivia and for missions. And truly, he is a short-term team expert. We all can learn from Phil on how to lead teams, and he will be leading us and supporting us and guiding us the whole way on this trip. Mauricio Meneses is also a CCWM missionary in Bolivia. He is Bolivian, so he has definite knowledge and understanding of the Bolivian culture, and he is our team logistics coordinator. So he's really making sure everything is ready for us on the Bolivian side. A little bit of information about Christianity in Bolivia. In 2023, 16% of Bolivians identify as Protestant Christian, and we can compare that to the 63% in the United States. 11.6 million Bolivians, and there are 1 million 856,000 believers in Bolivia. The main religion in Bolivia is Catholicism. We believe our work is to both show and tell, or demonstrate and proclaim the gospel. And some of the ways that we will be doing the showing part is through medical care, connection, and relationship. And telling the gospel is through traveling to these hard to reach areas where there aren't a plethora of missionaries already wanting to go, and sharing with those who have not yet engaged with the gospel. Although it might not be an unreached area, it is definitely an unengaged area. And so we will be telling the gospel to people that are in rich need of hearing the gospel. We also believe in prayer as medicine. So it's not just medicine we're taking. We believe in praying over those who are sick, and that's part of what we will be doing. So what is the cost of the trip? Everyone wants to know that. We're looking at about $3,300, and you can see in the list above or before you and what is covered in that cost: airfare, travel insurance, the cost of travel down these Amazon tributaries, food and transportation and translator fees. And what is not included is the passport. You'll have to get that yourself. Any vaccines. I believe the only vaccine that is required is the yellow fever vaccine, and malaria prevention. So what is the risk? Everyone wants to know, what is the risk of these short-term trips? There's always risk to every trip. Of course, we cannot say that it is a risk-free trip, but I'm going to go ahead and be safe and read to you what the U.S. State Department is saying about Bolivia right now, and that is to exercise increased caution in Bolivia due to civil unrest. Some areas have increased risk, and I did double check. There is a list of those areas on the State Department website, and those are not the areas that we're going to be traveling to. The biggest risk for this trip are health-related, and they have to do with water, mosquito-borne illnesses, GI upsets, parasites and worms. Other risks could include the boat getting stuck on a sandbar, which has happened before, and that is a strong delay, a long delay of our trip. Roadblocks, strikes, and petty theft and pickpocketing. We do our best to mitigate risk by educating our team and hiring our own cook, supplying clean water, and just overall generally doing our very best to stay out of areas that are dangerous. So what's next? If you really feel the Lord leading you and calling you toward this trip, please apply soon. Our deadline is quickly approaching, December 25th, 2023. We'll begin our fundraising. Half of those funds are due by January 2nd. And then training. The first team meeting is January 2nd. We'll be doing preparation and training. So let's get moving if you really feel that this is the trip that is for you. I'm sure you have questions. Please email Christy at ccwm.org with any of your questions, and she will get back to you very shortly. We're praying and hoping that we get to take you along with us. Thank you.